Most mindfulness practices and programs that are being taught nowadays are based on a program that was developed in the United States at the University of Massachusetts Medical Center in the late 1970s. And that is an 8-week program of regular practice called MBSR, Mindfulness-Based Stress Reduction. And it combines elements of ancient contemplative practices with the findings of modern medical science. Since the 1970s, this program has become widely used all over the world, and extensive clinical and non-clinical research has been done on the effects of this program. And the research has proven MBSR and other mindfulness-based interventions that have been developed since to be useful for people from all walks of life and in various contexts. Today, mindfulness-based programs are being applied in, for example, healthcare, schools, corporate environments, government, and police and armed forces in many countries. Mindfulness practice has many research-proven benefits. It has been shown that even 8 weeks of regular practice can help reduce stress and the negative health effects that stress has on us. It can help in coping with chronic pain, and it can improve sleep and decrease anxiety and depression. It's also been shown that it can improve focus and discernment, decision-making, and it can help us develop resilience, the ability to deal with setbacks and failures in life. It can also help us develop emotional intelligence and generally increase happiness and a feeling of well-being in life. And you may wonder, how can these seemingly simple practices, how can they have such a profound effect on our well-being and health? Well, the reasons why that is have to do with how our nervous system and brain works. Our involuntary body functions, such as breathing and heart rate and digestion, are all regulated by our autonomous nervous system. And the autonomous nervous system has two components, sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system. And when we are under stress, the stress reaction in our body is caused by the sympathetic nervous system. The stress reaction as such is, of course, a helpful reaction. It is supposed to help us to cope with the challenges that we are facing. So the stress reaction means that certain hormones are being released into our body when we face something challenging. It even has some very physical reactions, such as our muscles tensing and heart rate going up. And all this is because the sympathetic nervous system is doing what it's supposed to do in a challenging situation. But the thing with the stress reaction is that it is only supposed to be a short-term reaction. And the longer the stress reaction lingers in our body, the longer the stress hormones keep circulating in our bloodstream, the more they start to have a negative effect on our health. And as we know, long-term stress can really be quite detrimental to our health. So in order for us to relax and to stop the stress reaction, we need to activate the parasympathetic nervous system. The parasympathetic nervous system acts like a brake on the stress reaction, and it helps us to relax and to recover after a challenging situation. And mindfulness practice has been shown to very effectively activate our parasympathetic nervous system with its soothing effects. It helps us to bring down the stress hormones in our body, and it can even improve our immune system that long-term stress may weaken. And the scientists nowadays actually say that in order to live a happy and healthy and long and productive life, we should take care of our parasympathetic nervous system and activate that one first and foremost, and let the sympathetic nervous system activate only lightly and only allow for occasional peaks so that we can meet life's challenges and opportunities, of course. And all of the mindfulness practices effectively activate our parasympathetic nervous system. So mindfulness does not only feel nice and relaxing, as it sometimes may do, the practices have an actual physiological effect on us too. The practice even has an effect on our brain. Neuroscientists are nowadays increasingly interested in the effects of mindfulness and meditation on the body and on the brain. And there is evidence that regular long-term mindfulness practice can cause significant changes in our brain, in the structure of our brain. It develops those parts of the brain that are responsible for the so-called higher functions of the brain, such as self-awareness, focus, attention, memory, and social skills like empathy and compassion. And there is even evidence that meditation can slow down the thinning of the cortex that naturally happens with age. Well, I do want to say that these effects, the changes in the brain, do not happen overnight. And these results have been found with people who have been practicing meditation for a long, long time. They could be called the Olympic level meditators, so to speak. But it is proof, in any case, that this practice has a real physiological effect on our body.